Travelers make for extremely easy targets, and there are some people that are going to take advantage of the fact that we are jet-lagged in a new environment and often have a million things on our minds. In today's video, I'll be covering the 5 most common scams that every traveler should know about. The most common scam that you will encounter on your travels is the incorrect change scam. This occurs when a vendor gives you incorrect change back after you buy something from them in the hopes that you are not familiar with the local currency and simply won't notice. The reason this is so common is because it is very low risk. Returning the incorrect change could have been a simple mistake and there is no repercussion for the scammer. The worst case for them is that they simply apologize and hand over the correct amount. Always learn the value of different coins and then count your change. It can end up costing you a lot of money over the course of your vacation if you don't. I witnessed another version of this in Indonesia where the vendor simply did not have any change to give my friend. He was extremely grateful when my friend said, "Don't worry about it, keep it." The annoying part is that this vendor did this all day long, never having any change and always earning a generous bonus on each transaction. The next travel scam is not as common as the incorrect change scam, but it is going to cost you a heck of a lot more if you do fall for it. The rental damage scam takes place when you rent a car or a motorbike or even a jet ski and then return it with no visible signs of damage, only to have the vendor point out damage on the vehicle and then either charge you for it or refuse to return your deposit. The easiest way to avoid this scam would be to pay a little bit more and use a reputable rental company. But regardless of the company you use, you will always want to thoroughly inspect the vehicle before taking it and then take photos from all angles to reference as needed. On a similar note, if you are renting an Airbnb or a vacation rental, or even just checking into a hotel room, always take photos of any existing damage and then email it to the accommodation owner immediately, so there is no opportunity for them to question you about the damage when you go to check out. The third scam is extremely common in airports and can result in a scammer stealing your private information, passwords, and even credit card details. Most airports offer free Wi-Fi for passengers to connect to, but it's important to always take a second look at the network name before clicking on it. Hackers take advantage of the fact that us passengers are willing to connect to any Wi-Fi if it means we will get internet access. They then create a fake Wi-Fi network and will name it so it looks like the official airport Wi-Fi or the Starbucks Wi-Fi or the train station and so on. It's very common in all public spaces. The trouble is that once you use it, the person on the other end can now see everything that you are doing and have access to things like your password and even your bank account login information. When in doubt, double check the Wi-Fi network name with a staff member and always avoid logging into sensitive accounts such as your bank, medical provider, or even social media accounts when using public Wi-Fi. Let us know down in the comments if you use the free airport Wi-Fi. I certainly do, but always with a VPN. You can further protect your information by using a VPN, which is going to encrypt the data and prevent any snoopers from seeing what you are doing online. I have a link in the description with 3 months free for the VPN that I use, whether I am traveling or not. Sticking to what to look out for at the airport, another scam that you must be on the lookout for would be stallers in the TSA line. Thieves know that airport security is stressful for travelers, making it a prime opportunity to snag their gear while distracted. If you notice someone taking their sweet time in the security line, they might just be bad at going through security. Or they might be trying to hold up the line while a partner ahead of them is grabbing items off the TSA belt that do not belong to them. One way that you can help protect yourself against this situation would be to put your most valuable items, like your electronics and your wallet, through the security scanner last. This way you are separated from those items for the least amount of time possible. And then always keep an eye on your items and remain alert. Make sure that it's clear that you are paying attention, since it's usually distracted and flustered travelers that are going to be targeted. This next travel scam can be difficult to avoid in the moment, but it's way more common than you would expect and something that you need to look out for. The ATM skimming scam happens when a device is attached to an ATM machine that's going to capture the information of your card. This information is later used to make unauthorized charges to your bank account. It can be very difficult to know in the moment. I know about this scam and I've actually had it happen to me 3 times over the course of my travels, but it is important to know that it happens so you can do things after it happens to mitigate the damage. It's so easy to fall victim to this scam since the ATM is unaffected and you still receive your money. It's usually only weeks later that charges appear on your account and money is missing. Try to use ATMs that are inside a bank or a well-lit, busy location rather than a standalone machine in a crowded area. It's easier to tamper with those. It's also a good idea to regularly check your bank statements, especially when you've come home from a trip, since you'll want to report anything suspicious as soon as possible. You may also want to consider using a credit card to withdraw money as opposed to a debit card. It may offer fraud protection benefits that will reimburse you in the case of any monetary loss. Keep these 5 common scams in mind for the next time you travel, and then always be sure to do research on the specific scams that are popular at your destination. Safe travels, and don't forget to subscribe to join us back here for more travel tips and hacks next week. Bye!